We're continuing to introduce you to the folks who work with Dyer, Garofalo, Mann, and Schultz, and getting a little better feel for your hometown attorneys. And joining me now is Gerald Parker. You might have known him from the prosecutor's office. He might look familiar to you. And again, of course, Mike Dyer. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So first of all, what do you do? What is your role in the firm?
My role is simple, to make sure injured workers receive the compensation and the care that they need when they're unable to work.
So workers' compensation. I get injured on the job. What is my first step? What do I need to do?
The first step you need to do is obviously seek the care and the treatment that you need. A lot of individuals want to work through their injuries. They don't want to go through the process of seeing a physician or doctor. It's not until later when that comes back to haunt them. I would urge injured workers to at least seek an incident report, file that at work. If they need to go to the hospital, typically a care provider there will make sure that they fill out the paperwork that's necessary to be filed with the Bureau of Workers' Compensation.
So I've got the paperwork filed, I go to the doctor, now what? If I'm injured and I can't go back to work, then what should happen?
Typically, when the claim and the paperwork is filed with the Bureau of Workers' Compensation, you will receive some correspondence from them trying to get some more information regarding the injury, where you're treating. Doctor will typically, in most cases, take you off of work if necessary. If not, he'll tell you whether or not you need to go back to work.
And this is why you really need an attorney, is that a lot of times the doctor will take you off of work, the family is suffering because there's no paycheck coming in, and an attorney can help expedite getting you started the payments on a weekly basis so that the family can keep their same lifestyle.
Because many of us would not know where to turn or to even know when we need to be calling a lawyer.
Well, I'll tell you, Michelle, I think that a lot of times these companies do anything they can to keep from having a claim and to keep the worker from getting the compensation they deserve. And that's why Gerald has been so great. He's been in there fighting, done a great job for our clients.
Fantastic. So once we contact you, what can we expect in that process?
Well, when you contact us, the first thing that you are going to meet is an actual attorney. You're going to meet with myself or my assistant or coworker as well to go over what's going on and open up this claim and make sure that the medical records, everything's been documented, and that the Bureau has everything that it needs to process your claim. Obviously, if the Bureau does not have all the information, it's going to be very difficult for the Bureau to get a full picture.
And in a great number of the cases we handle, the work is fighting the injury. Workers' compensation is not a fault issue. Even if it's your fault you got injured, you're still entitled to compensation if you get hurt on the job. These companies try very hard to keep injured workers from making a claim and getting paid.
So we were talking about how this has to really happen quickly. When we're saying quickly, are we talking a week, 2 weeks? When does that time frame happen?
The typical time frame that you're going to hear, and you will hear from myself and the other attorney at our office, is 30 to 45 days, which is, unfortunately, the Bureau of Workers' Compensation has a lot of claims that are going forward. But however, it is our job to make sure that when it is time to be present and be there for the injured worker, we'll be ready and raring to go.
Anything else that, as a lay person who doesn't really understand the system, that we need to know just in general?
Yeah, well, I think that what people don't realize is that you're entitled to an attorney throughout this whole process, that even though it is your employer and maybe you've been there for many, many years, they are not on your side. If you have an attorney, the attorney is fighting for you.
Fantastic.
I think you need a tiger on your side.
I was just going to say that. That's right. Very insightful, great and helpful information. Such a pleasure. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.